Ew, what is up? What is happening? Hope everybody's doing well. So we've got Alliance War number 3, and we are going up against Boss Alliance. Shout out to you guys. Man, we took our first death of the season. It hurts, but we'll talk about it when we get there. First node, we've got a little diversity node. We got a 5-star skill. Usually it's a what do we usually see here? Winter Soldier, Electra, but we are going to be taking node 27 after this, and on 27 we've got an unduped Heimdall, which is a cool placement. I like that. These guys did some interesting placements. They kind of took the strategy where on mini boss nodes and visible boss nodes, they put kind of easier defenders, like, you know, Heimdall on 27. There was like a beast on the center mini boss. We saw, you know, like an unduped green goblin, just like a bunch of really easy champs. What that means is all of the kind of meta defenders were kind of on ambush nodes. Luckily, we had fought these guys before, so we had knowledge of whose defenders were whose and what power level they were. So we were able to kind of discern what champs were somewhere. And on my path, I had a Korg coming up, so yeah, we'll talk about that later. First things first, we had a Heimdall. At first, I thought I couldn't punish his parry because you have to remove his True Strike after his L1 to stop him from auto-blocking. And but somebody in my alliance was just like, no, dude, you can. And so I dueled, and I was like, oh yeah, you totally can. So you just do not want this guy to throw an L2. You just don't want. I don't think it's blockable, and it does crazy damage. Anyways, so he gets a True Strike. You don't want to go in. He's running Suicide, so whatever. You're just going to punish it like Iron War Infinity Mans or anybody else who has like a more than one part heavy, basically. I'm going to drop this L2. Should bring him below. Yep. This does look like a rank 4 unduped Heimdall, which is interesting. I don't know what his awakened ability is. I really haven't seen any offense, like literally I haven't seen any offensive gameplay with this guy on YouTube. So if any of you watching do have him at a high rank and want to show him off, let me know. Okay, so that goes down without a hitch. We're all good. We're cruising. Let's jump ahead. We get a 5-star Mystic. We see a persistent charge of 0, which means it is a Morning Star. If you see 3, then you know it's Mephisto. If you see 0, then you know it's Morningstar. Now, it's an enhanced bleed, so going in with Blade just isn't the right call, especially rank 4 Blade. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with a Sparky and just kind of go heavy method, which really greatly reduces the amount. Like, we'll probably proc a bleed on each one of those heavies, but the amount of damage we're gonna take compared to the amount of damage we're going to dish out, just, you know, it's a really good balance. We're going to proc a bleed here. It's ticking for 340. We're regenning for about 100. So, you know, it's doing stuff, but I mean, look at the health. We did 3 heavies, and she's down 75% of her health, and she's going to go down super quick. Nice and easy fight. I don't think her on any ambush node is going to be very difficult, just because her bleeds just don't do enough damage for how high ranked our champs are and how much health they have. So yeah. Okay, let's jump ahead here. Now I see a persistent charge for the skill here, which there's only one champ in the game who is skill and has persistent charges, and that is Aegon. I'm expecting a super high ranked Aegon here. If I see, you know, if you kind of weigh your variables even before looking at the defender's profile, like, you know, like if it's an Aegon, if it's awakened, they're gonna have him at probably 565. There's no reason to get this guy and awaken him unless you're gonna bring him up to a high rank. So just kind of, you know, expecting a large health pool. Now, I know my next fight is going to be a Korg. With that in mind, we boost it up. Boost it up pretty heavy. Now, Korg on the next node isn't difficult, but you're going to see my mistakes. And redemption. I don't want to make it seem like I totally, you know, shit the bed. But we're going to focus on this, on the Aegon. Got to be a little careful with the Aegon. His AI is actually weird, man. I've noticed in the maze, he's really good at intercepting, so I really don't like to go in and hit against his block. It's for some reason, I swear to God, in the maze, he intercepted me so many times just trying to hit into his block. He does a lot of standing where he's not blocking, and he's just kind of standing at you like, come at me, bro, kind of vibe. Anyway, so he's got one of those really aggressive AIs where he does more than one hit, so we'll do like one. There he actually only did one, but yeah, sometimes he's just weird, man. But he goes down easy. It's easy fight. Okay, so next up we've got the Korg. So I had a game plan for this fight. I checked the SIG on this Korg. It was only like SIG 60 or something, so I was only going to be taking 1,000 per thorn medium while his armor is up. I was just gonna bait heavies. I was gonna it's an Power Star L1. Unblockable, but he does a kick, so I was just gonna, like, if I felt comfortable with the evade, I've practiced evading this guy's L1 easily 500 times since he's been released. I made it a point to do it all the time, to duel him, you know, weekly. I feel so comfortable with this fight, and I don't know what happened. My game plan goes out the window. I didn't bait a heavy there. I evade. I parry, he goes unblockable. I'm like, what's happening? Unblockable again. Okay, evade it. Nope. Wrecked. And I'm like, wait, no. Okay, bait the heavy, evade, unblockable, into him, wrecked, 5 crits in a row, parried, boom. And I go down. And I was like, what? How did that just happen? How did I have such a solid game plan and I just ruined it? Now, there's the rule of thumb that if you take a death, don't go back in. But at this point, I wasn't angry. I was so surprised with my play that I was like, wait, what? Okay, let's just pretend like that didn't happen. Let's bring magic back up. Like, it was so bizarre. So now, going back in, we're going to start over. Right from the get-go, we're just gonna bait a heavy, like, I don't know what. I think I was trying to bait out the L1 in the beginning. Just try to proc as few decks as possible. We're only taking 1,000 damage on each medium, so that's like totally fine, totally negligible. That's like a blocked hit, basically. At this point, we're trying to get our shallow evades. We want him to throw his L2, and I'm like, there's a split second here where I'm like, oh no, am I about to get stuck in the corner again? Please throw your L2. Thank God. So he's only got 3 of those charges that makes him go unblockable. I'm not going to hit into his block. I'm just going to be baiting out heavies. I've got a nice L2 here. His shield is shattered. And I'm like, okay, so this is how the first fight definitely should have gone. We punish his medium there. We got another L2. Now I'm like, man, why could I not have done this in the beginning? We're not doing anything fancy. I could parry him when his rock shield is down, but there's just so many things I was thinking about. I was like, you know what, just like, don't worry about that. Bait out another heavy. Now we're going to get into some corner intercepts, and for as badly as that first fight went, I'm really proud of these corner intercepts, because you can't hit into his block, so you have to time the standing intercepts perfectly. It's funny, like, that first fight and this fight look like totally different people. I promise you, it's me both times. The first time was just so bad, and I would just, like, forgot what I was doing. So you can see I have not missed a standing intercept. I've not missed an intercept. We're just owning this fool. Like, I was just so surprised. I ruined everything so bad on that first hit. And what makes this extra painful is that we tied these guys. We did take it was like a +7, so we won, kind of. They took in -13, but if I had done what I needed to do on the first go, we would have been fine. We got a Archangel on the mini boss here. Super easy fight. I'm not quite sure why people place Archangel here so often. I feel like any stun immunity node, you can kind of use that to your advantage. I guess with Archangel, I guess the idea is that if you screw up at all and you're dead, just by the way his bleeds and neurotoxins happen to always proc immediately when you're fighting him. So yeah, he's super easy. We're just with him, I don't even try to build poise. I just let his like L1 build poise. I evade his first hit and go straight into a block. We want him to throw this L2. He's actually being a little weird about it. But when I get backed into the corner, I usually just like to hold block when he throws a special. Don't try to get fancy with it. If I take block damage, I take block damage. We get 3 crits there, and we put it down. So yeah, we ended up tying these guys. Pretty disappointing. I'm sure everybody in the Alliance who did die is like, well, if I hadn't have died, then I wouldn't have, we would have won. Yeah. I'm happy that I came back with like a solid Korg fight, because if I died a second time, that's when you start to really spiral out of control. Yeah, anyways, guys, super fun war overall. Lesson learned, don't be an idiot, stick to your plan. A lot of these fights aren't difficult, you just gotta, have a game plan and execute. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Check you guys later. Peace!
Hi guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.